Okay, so by now it should be no secret, the Boruto manga has been absolute flames. Like, it's just been really good between the introduction of the Kara group, of course, Kashin Koji, everybody wondering if he has any relation to Jiraiya, and you know, Jiraiya's stuff, it impacted us a lot, you know, so there's a lot of stuff with that. Of course, in the latest chapter, we had the huge revelation that Jigen could potentially be the leader of the Otsutsuki clan, and possibly even the Otsutsuki that came to Earth with Kaguya Otsutsuki, the final villain technically of the Naruto story. And now we could potentially be going, and not even could potential, it's happening, baby, it's happening. We're heading toward a Konoha invasion arc again. And if y'all don't remember, I'll refresh your memory, the Pain Invasion arc. That was pretty nasty, you know what I'm saying? So we heading into some greatness. I have an article where they talk about a lot of the events that's been going on and kind of tease a little bit, but just in general, it's hype. Let's get into it.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
So like I started off saying in this video, I'm not gonna lie, the Boruto manga, it's fascinating right now. As it stands right now, the manga, it feels as though that good vibe that you got with Naruto, in terms of that it's on a level of writing that is actually interesting, exciting. Foreshadowings that happened already about a year ago in manga are paying off now. The beginning of all of this group, because honestly, this manga, it felt like it lacked structure until we got to that arc in particular that changed everything, and that's of course the introduction to the group Kara. Once we got Kashin Koji, once we got Jigen, once we got just all of these characters in general introduced to the story, it started to see like, okay, I think I know where we're going with this now, because it's giving reminiscent feels of, again, when the Akatsuki, you know, kind of banded together, and, you know, we already had a little taste, so to speak, in the last arc with the major fight that Naruto just went through against, again, a member of Kara. So we have some interesting stuff that already has developed. But then continuing on, seeing where it's headed, the very last chapter hinted at something major, huge. And that's that Jigen was like, hey, how about we go greet the vessels? And he was talking to the Ten Tails. The manga's crazy right now, in case, you know, I might be spoiling for you. The manga's crazy. Go check it out. But he was talking to the Ten Tails and saying, it's time to go visit the two vessels. And by those two vessels, he was referring to Kawaki and now Boruto, because now that they know Boruto has karma on him, which again, another huge introduction that this whole arc, this whole saga has brought forth. Finding that out, it made him another vessel. So if Jigen is talking about heading to Konoha, mind you, Sasuke was overhearing this and he's like, I gotta tell this to Naruto immediately. This is the beginning of possibly the end. And what I mean by the end, we could be heading, because the way I'm seeing it now, some type of big ordeal is going to happen to obviously make Kawaki, because there's no way in hell you're going to tell me that this kid that is idolizing the 7th Hokage Naruto, you know, Kawaki, that he's just going to go rogue. In fact, I've already said that I feel as though there's a huge possibility Boruto might be fighting based off of vengeance and wrong ideologies. Maybe Kawaki truly isn't even the bad guy in all this, and it would have to take some great writing to pull that off and make it believable and make it not feel like, but you know, this guy has been working with Masashi Kishimoto very closely for, I don't even know how many years, since chapter 7 of Naruto. So I'm not going to doubt his ability to create a good story. I mean, thus far, this arc alone has been absolute fire. But heading into a Konoha invasion arc would be a great setup. What if there's, let's just say hypothetically speaking, this whole Konoha invasion happens, the leaf gets blown to smithereens, and this time around, it's not like last time where, you know, they kind of got it together real quick. Let's just say maybe, you know, a couple years pass, they still don't have it together. Kawaki now has different ideologies. Naruto's possibly dead at this point. Who knows what happened to Kurama? Where is he at that point? Because, you know, obviously he's the, Naruto's the vessel, so to speak, the Jinchuriki holding Kurama, so there's that. But then what? Maybe there's possibility that Kawaki at that particular point, after the destruction of this, a time skip, goes up against Boruto. Maybe that's the beginning of essentially the part 2 to this story, and maybe we had it wrong thinking that the whole Naruto story is going to end with this clash between Boruto and Kawaki, and it might be leading into something even greater, because again, the Otsutsuki continue to be the most dominant threat that the Narutoverse has. But let's read this big, it was an extra piece that was in the last Shonen Jump magazine that was kind of detailing more about this arc and kind of giving a little insight, I guess, into the characters and possibly where we might be headed, again with what seemingly is the Konoha invasion coming up. Boruto Special Section, Special Project A Thorough Analysis, Konoha versus Kara. Before the series gets transferred, let's analyze the war situation for Konoha versus Kara. Once you read this, you'll be prepared for the new developments in V-Jump. Essentially saying we're probably heading into a very big, either, I don't want to say war arc, or just in general a big arc that all of this, the setup that we had, I guess what Boruto accomplished while it was in Jump, leading into, again, a massacre probably awaiting in the Narutoverse. But let's continue. Amongst the 5 great countries, they possess the preeminent war potential by sheer strength. War potential battle strength analysis. Starting off with Naruto and Sasuke, Konoha possesses many excellent ninja. Their collaborative strength exceedingly overwhelms Kara. So, according to this, and this is kind of like info on the series from the direct source, so we got to take it at face value. So that means that Konoha alone can possibly overwhelm Kara. Does this include the information that we got at the end of the last chapter? I believe it was chapter 35. Does that include that as well? Or could it possibly even mean that we might have a small invasion right now, mess up the leaf a bit, and the series will continue on until the next time? Because again, that, like, it makes me think, if Konoha, based on this information alone, right, can overwhelm Kara, then what would happen if the 5 great nations teamed up and jumped on Kara? It wouldn't be... You get what I'm saying? They did it before, and now we have more shinobi, although arguably the shinobi that we had, we don't have, I guess, the legendary ones that were brought back for Metal Tensei and a lot of things of that nature, but yeah. However, since Kashin Koji was able to infiltrate them, there remains some uneasiness and insecurity when it comes to their village's defense strength. If they are able to keep Kara at bay and shut them out, we should expect that they have a good chance at winning. Caption: with the power of karma, what will happen to their war potential? A key member, Kawaki: there aren't very many people who know information about Kara. Now that he's been successful at reconciling with Boruto, he'll have a strong war potential on the front lines. And then it says Kara, a terrorist organization that possesses technological strength that surpasses Konoha's. Real quickly, to be honest with you, the way they're labeling them, the way Kara's designs are, the way everything, it honestly seems like this is potentially, and don't quote me on this, but it could possibly be inspired by recent events in the real world with groups like you see at ISIS and all that stuff. Who knows, maybe Kara is slightly inspired by them. I mean, obviously there's inspiration from the Akatsuki, but just, again, the design, they aren't moving exactly like the Akatsuki. You never know. Honestly, it's just the way it's been set up, and now this invasion arc kind of reminds me. But again, it also is stemming definitely from the Akatsuki, but who knows. War potential, battle strength analysis. Their teamwork is practically non-existent. Again, this is Kara, but because of their uniquely expansive technological strength and their individualistic mobilization, you can't look down upon their offensive abilities. In terms of individual war potential, it's predicted to be similar to the extent that the Hokage, Naruto, was forced into a hard-fought battle against Delta. With these Ultra Fangs, what'll happen when they come at the throats of Konoha Gakure? This is what I gathered from it. That pretty much their strength. They might not have strength in numbers, but their strength by themselves. Because you got to think about it. Delta was not the leader. Right now, based on what we see, unless we have somebody and they're pulling another puppetry Obito type of deal, and Jigen ain't even the leader of shit, then there's a possibility that Delta kind of put a bit of work in on Naruto, and Naruto's like the strongest there. So if each of them are that strong or even stronger, how are we going to be able to take them out? That gives a good, I guess, foreshadowing, a good setup and build up for the fact that these guys, they're not going to be easy to beat. What's the connection with the Otsutsuki? Kashin Koji. He's a warrior who prefers to mobilize on his own terms. What's being hidden behind his behavior? His movements and attitude are drawing a lot of attention. A huge, fierce fight is inevitable. The continuation of the battle is being transferred to a new location. Check it out in V-Jump, which releases 7/20. So yeah, honestly, this is some wild stuff. It seems as though we're definitely heading into a Konoha invasion arc. It definitely seems as though Kara by themselves, they might not have a huge amount of people like Konoha. They have like, endless amounts of shinobi, especially if they team up with the 5 great nations. They're unstoppable. But with what we've seen Jigen is packing, Well, we know his heritage to be. Remember, Naruto and Sasuke struggled against Kaguya. And some would argue Naruto was stronger back then when he was younger, when he had the Sage of Six Paths power and all sorts of stuff. You got a Kaguya, possibly somebody stronger than Kaguya, and then a bunch of shinobi that are not as strong, but pretty freaking strong. Which again is a setup similar to the Akatsuki, but wow, this is going to be insane. I'm curious what you guys think about it. For starters, out of all the war potentials on our side, who do you think are going to play vital factors? We know if we go into a big war, definitely the way it was done last time, I don't want it like the 4th grade Shinobi War where they just tried to give everybody moments and like, I mean, I guess they're going to probably do that with the younger team. I'm imagining, Choji's daughter Chocho is going to have a moment here or there, and Sarada, especially the anime. Oh god, I hope the manga doesn't do like what the anime does. I hope they give us just really good shit, let the anime do whatever, because I'm almost to the point of giving up on the anime just because the manga is so much better and the anime gives the manga a bad name. But your thoughts on that also? What do you think is going to happen now? We still have so many mysteries in terms of, okay, we know Delta, she's just a hothead, she's not a leader, but she's really freaking strong. Kashin Koji, really freaking strong, has the ability to go in and out of Konoha undetected, and at the same time, he has that whole mystery behind him that he's potentially connected to Jiraiya, the Toads, his look, a lot of different things. So what are your thoughts on that thus far in Boruto? Again, 36 is coming out July 20th, so we got a little bit of a ways to go. And Jigen, 10 Tails, do you think it's a possibility that Naruto and Sasuke combined at this point wouldn't be able to take on Jigen when he's packing the power of the Otsutsuki leader plus 10 Tails chakra plus an entire group called Kara that they possibly, with what's going on, the science behind it, might have endless people on their field? What if there's like just an infinite amount of Delta robots? How are they going to stop this? And your overall thoughts and expectations for the future of the Boruto manga. The Konoha invasion is coming. And who knows, maybe at the end of this road, it'll lead to the big time skip and possibly even a Boruto part 2 or another spin-off, or just, it'll keep it as Boruto, but the anime will do like a Boruto Shippuden type of deal. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Please hit the bell to get all notifications. Very important, especially if you want to get any updates on what's going on in the Boruto story, if there's any news, or just in general you want to follow my stuff. And if you want to follow any of my social media, links of course in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Can't forget the music though. Hold on, let me play y'all a little something.
Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that. For now it's whatever, one day I'll be your favorite for never.
No matter how you move.